There are 17 ways my mother and father raised their 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys, in this factory town crossed by 2 rivers and highlighted by a wonderful lake in northwest Connecticut. And I called them traditions because I'd like to encourage other families to look into their own wisdom and insight and experience in their generation line, say grandparents and great aunts and uncles and parents, because if those traditions are lost, they're lost forever, and they're not transferred to young people who often are adrift in periods of change. So we have the tradition of learning was the first one in the book. My mother said you have to learn to listen, and if you learn to listen, then you'll listen and learn. Something I wish George Bush was raised to do. We have a tradition of history. They would always immerse us in history at the dinner table, and we'd have books about history. So we have stamp collections to teach us geography. Then there are traditions of charity, traditions of business. My father had a restaurant where they said for a nickel you got a cup of coffee and 10 minutes of politics. So it was a big restaurant with a lot of politics, from the workers in the textile mills or the jurors on the lunch break from the courtroom, and salespeople and doctors and carpenters, you name it. Traditions like a tradition of scarcity. They never overloaded us with things so we wouldn't appreciate them. There's a tradition of simple enjoyments, not commercial enjoyments today, like a $100 Nintendo toy. We had bicycles, we had puzzles, we had hiking in the woods and the fields, etc. There were tradition of civics. We watched our parents, well, they took us to the town meetings and the courtroom, but we watched them active in the community and absorbed that kind of family values. Civic values they saw were family values. And so there were these kinds of traditions of health, for example, and teaching us to take care of ourselves. These are the traditions that raised us. The other day, watching George W. Bush, it occurred to me that if Mother raised George W. Bush, we wouldn't be in the Iraq War at the present time.